Hey guys, welcome to this week's Dots and Dashes. I'm Lynn Kingsley.
And hi guys, I'm Prakash Shah. And Lynn, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, and you?
I'm good, thank you. And what topic are we going to be talking about today, Lynn, please?
Well, with the amount of times we're hearing on the news these days about county lines and knife crime in schools, it's pretty obvious that they're still on the increase. And I believe that this is something that you can give us an insight into, Prakash.
Well, not so much inside info, but I tell you, if you ever remember 2002, 2004, there's a TV series called The Wire, American series. The actor was Idris Elba, and it was about county
Yeah.
lines where they used children with cycles going around passing drugs and distributing drugs. And this is quite a serious problem in America at that time. I think a similar thing is happening in UK nowadays, where you get around schools, you get people hanging around trying to get kids to use drugs by promising things like gifts, phones, and things like that. And that's happening, and that's probably started. And I think because of the young children in their early teens are joining gangs, and because there are problems arise between gangs, you get these people taking each other, carrying knives into schools. I don't know what the solution is. Do you know? Do you think there is any solution to this sort of thing?
Well, I don't know, but you say young children. I mean, yes, there was something came up 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I think the child was 9 or 10. And I thought, my God, at that age, they're getting into the not the high schools, but the little schools,
Primary schools.
primary, yes. And then, of course, I expect they go along with it because of fear, maybe, or peer pressure, or perhaps they've experienced violence in the community, or even online. Because I mean, a lot of things are going on online, aren't they?
I don't know how you solve it, but there is a charity that I support through my Rotary Club in Bournemouth. It's based in Boscombe, which is one of the most deprived area in UK, one of the very badly deprived area. And there's a charity that do go to schools. What they do is they use recovering addicts, alcoholics, and train them to do plays. And I saw a recent play they did called The Wasp. Wasp's Nest, and that they have the actors act one school children, and they see a guy who's a drug pusher go around schools promising them gifts like mobile phones, and promising money to poor families, and then they let the people take to distribute drugs to schools. And if they don't, they try and really pressurize these children. So the play is taken was really what you call emotional, and they've done this plays into schools. That's grown to about 3 to 4 thousand pupils, and the reaction you see when the knife is pulled out in front of the kids in the school, and you can see the children, they really sort of get it, and they hopefully that's how plays. If people can go around schools and make people aware at a younger age, I'm sure that will help with drugs, knife crimes, etc. And that's all we can do. Education, just educate them properly, make them aware. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. The thing is, I mean, they're actually taking knives into schools. I mean, how on earth is that happening? You
It's
know,
unfortunate because I don't think teachers have got the power or capabilities to stop it because they can't actually physically sort of what's the word, check every child what they're carrying in, like do body searches. I don't think they're allowed to do that sort of things. Children will do this thing, but it's on television, it's on social media, and it's happening all the time everywhere. And children have access to so much information like that online. You don't know what they're watching. And I think some
no, you
schools are actually stopping social media and mobile phones at up to a certain age, not allowed to take into schools, I think. There's one school in the area already stopped that. So hopefully others will follow suit.
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, as a parent, I wouldn't allow my child to have a smartphone. They would have a basic phone whereby they can call me if there's a problem, but they can't access the internet.
Yeah. I think
You
But
know, I
I
can't
mean,
understand why these parents are allowing them to have these smartphones. I really can't.
with smartphones, we discussed that last week, didn't we, about how the social media has taken over with their lives and the art of conversation has gone. So, I mean, I don't know whether you saw the national news recently, a couple of days ago. It was in Bournemouth area. A chap from Croydon, he was studying criminology of some sort, forensic criminology. He came down to Bournemouth with the intention to kill somebody. And he killed a lady while they're sitting on the beach having a barbecue. He walked up to her with a knife, killed her. Luckily, it was all caught on CCTV, and they caught him in his house, police, and he's been im- obviously found guilty and imprisoned for minimum of 39 years, which for a person of 22, 23 years old, it's not very long sentence, but hopefully come out as a better person.
Might do, might not. You know, I mean, he's still going to be relatively young when he comes out, isn't he? Even 39, 22. What's that? 60?
And also, I mean, you hear about this. I don't know, MP Tobias Elwood was a Bournemouth MP. Few 3 or 4 years ago, there was a incident where the person, the, what you mentally ill person, went around rampaging around the Parliament on the bridge, and he was knifing people. And obviously, these people have been through mental health institutes, but they're let out without proper guidance and proper surveillance. And I think policing in this country is up to a fault, but I can't go into politics like that because I'll be told off. So
Yes, but there's just a lack of positive role models these days, isn't there?
there is,
You
there
know,
is.
unfortunately, though, there's an ever increasing abundance of negative ones who set themselves up under the guide of influencers and that sort of thing.
Take these two brothers who were living in Romania. They were doing all trafficking of ladies and stuff like that, and they went to America to be prosecuted, but they've been released. And they're big on
Yeah,
social media, and children say, "Oh, he's getting away with it. We can get away with it," you know.
that's right. That's
So
right. I
anyway,
mean, apparently schools are doing these awareness programs and have been introduced, and there's supposedly an increased police presence and the stop and search measures in effect. But I've never heard of them actually working, actually being done, let alone working. And
they used to
they've
be
also,
police
that's all right.
used to go around schools doing education, but you don't hear about that much nowadays either, do you? Because the
No,
budget's been everywhere.
yes, yeah. But they're spending money in the wrong areas, aren't they?
But what can we do? I think it's a difficult. All we can do as adults and people who know about these things is just pass the message on through our podcast. Hopefully, people will pick up on that. They raise some awareness about how they can avoid the knife crimes, how they can avoid drug distribution, and to help our young children in this country to learn to be better human beings because they are the future of our country as such. No?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're also doing some youth engagement initiative to tell them about alternatives to crime. Hello? An alternative? You know? Ah, stricter
Just
policies
don't.
on weapons in schools is what they really need.
I think schools should have a proper education program about this. I don't know, maybe they do, but again, it's all down to funding, isn't it?
Well, it is, but also it's down to common sense as well. I mean, why are they saying that they're going to put policies, stricter policies on weapons? You know, it shouldn't be a stricter policy on a weapon. It should be a definite no, you are not bringing them into school. Maybe they should put a detector up on entering.
I mean, there used to be a lot of sports in school. All the sports programs have been dropped. You don't have any sports like cricket or football, hardly any schools unless you go to private education. There were sports like, and not extracurricular activities they used to do, whereby children have different ideas of how to proceed. They don't have them. They just have meet these people outside, and then, like you say, it's peer pressure, and they get into this bad habits, unfortunately.
Yeah. I did read something about the UK government has delivered a pledge, this new government, of course, have delivered a pledge to halve knife crime in the next decade. I
Needs
mean,
to be
this is
done
clearly
today.
not good enough, is it?
Needs to be done
How
today,
many
not next
children?
decade.
That's right. I mean, how many more children are going to suffer serious injury or death over the next 10 years while
Exactly.
we wait for the government to get their act together?
All we can do is write
Good.
to MPs, see what they can do. But I don't know whether that gets anywhere sometimes.
No, in one ear and out the other. Nothing to stop it as well.
That's another subject on its own, really, the MPs and the Parliament. Never mind, we won't go into that today.
Yes, it is another subject.
Uh,
But there again, I mean, if they're going to half do a job, they might just as well not do a job at all, might they?
yeah. Anyway, how is the competition? Any further on the competition that we're running on our podcast? Any?
No, we have had very, very little amount of people that have actually gone in for it. We've had one or two, or well, several of them that have said, "Oh, this is great. Oh, wow, marvelous, blah, blah, blah." But they're not going in for it. And at the
They're not
moment, we
watching it
haven't got a
either.
clear winner.
They're not watching it either. I don't think. Um,
No,
maybe on the on the Q and A we have. Maybe this Friday I'll put a comment. Could if Wayne could ask people to look at the podcast and comment on it and mention it maybe somehow. I don't know how. We could unless we go live in the group.
yeah, we could do. We could do.
We ask permission, see if we can
Yes,
go live in the group and mention it.
yes, because there's only another. What are we on now? 28th, 29th?
2 days to go.
Oh, yes,
So
yes.
see what happens. Okay. Shall
So,
we call it on a day on that note?
yes, definitely. If nobody wants the money, they haven't got to go in for it, have they?
No mind. Try again next month.
Yes, we will. In fact,
Yeah.
I think maybe if I roll that over for a month, because we really haven't got a clear winner.
No, we haven't, have we?
So, no, there's a few of them that have just put in 3 different names, but
Okay. Okay.
50 quid isn't, $50, sorry, is not going to go too far. But splitting half a dozen people, is it?
No, not really. It will get. It's early days. I mean, it's only our 10th podcast, isn't it? So we'll keep on going, trying. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I think I'll let the people know that I'll run it over to the next month.
Shall we say bye on that note? Okay. So on that note, it's a bye for me. Hopefully, join us next week, and we'll have a different topic. We don't know at the moment what it will be, but we'll find out during the next week. Bye from me.
We certainly will. Bye from me too. Take care.